What's good, everybody?
What it be? What it be?
Get them the horns early in the party. Let's get it started. Oh no, that's not it. DJ horn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Carlene.
What up? How you
Hey,
doing?
I'm Gucci.
I'm Gucci too, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
What's
I
wrong?
think.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I guess anticipating this talk that we left off last week on. As you all know, we spoke about our relationship, and specifically, we spoke on how we met.
Yep.
Right, and I think it's a really good story, right? Would you say so?
I think it's a great story.
Yeah. He says the matching. Are we really matching?
Oh yeah, great minds think alike, Tiffany. What's up? And shout out to everybody who's watching us right now who came back this week. We truly do appreciate you and all the love. Last week, almost 2,000 people viewed our.
I'm not counting. I don't know.
I count because I'm that type of person, so I do count. But I think we almost had 2,000 views. And why I want to count is because I want to thank all 2,000 of you that watched it and that will watch this and that continue to support us. We feel the love, we appreciate it, and we're just kicking it. So yeah,
so we're just kicking it as we left off. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit like discombobulated. I just took my twist out, not my twists, but my braid out. I had braids, and I took it out, and my hair just kept swelling. I guess because of the humidity, and so I had to like quickly put this hat on. I was like,
"Black girl,
it's gonna have to work. I don't care if it doesn't match."
You look awesome. I don't match. I have on a straight.
I mean, those are solid colors. You know what I mean? Like red, blue. It's safe.
Yeah. Pastor Graham is like true New Yorkers. True New Yorkers. Y'all care about how y'all look. That's right. Everything is appearance in New York. Always got to keep it 100.
It's true. Hi, Sister Joseph. Thank you for joining us.
We love you too. We do. We love all of you. All right. So, so last week we shared our amazing story of how we met. Y'all saw like my swagger was on 100,000 million. I had songs to go with everything. I swooped this beautiful woman off her feet, and now she is my queen. I'm her king, and we do kingly and queenly stuff together because we are royalty. All right?
Right. We're royalty.
Yeah.
Right.
I really, I can see you. I want you to notice. I can see you.
You can see me? What does that mean?
I can see your face.
Oh.
When we're doing this, and from your face, you look like you were kind of like, whatever. So let's do this again. I met this wonderful woman. She was already a queen. She wasn't a queen when she met me. She was already queen. And so this king was like, yo, I need a queen to match me, to compliment me, to walk with me, and to lead me at times. And I was like, yo, you're going to be that queen.
Right.
That's it.
Great.
Easy peasy. 100.
Hi, Sister Hunt. Hi, Sister Winston. Hi, Sister Green.
Sister Green.
From New York.
Yo, get them the horns.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So,
I don't even know where to start. Oh my gosh.
You start.
I started last time. But to be honest, I don't even know where to start. So I want you guys to know that when we come on, prior to this, when we were talking about the women in the Bible, like we kind of walked through what it is that we wanted to talk about. But these past two conversations, we have not like sat down and said, okay, this is kind of like what we wanted to go, how we want it to go. Because we want it to be as authentic and as pure and as natural as we can possibly make it without, kind of preparing in that way. So that's why we're like going back and forth. We're like, who should go first?
I don't.
But let's go from where we left off. So we basically left off.
Hi, Deshonda. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you know, I'm always distracted.
Hey, Dashonda. So, essentially, Jamie and I, where we left off last week, he and I were talking about the fact that we were in a relationship for 7 years.
Long distance.
Long distance. The only time that we were able to see each other was when he came down for Christmas, spring break, Thanksgiving break,
Or summer break.
Summer break,
between
right.
semesters, right?
And so that is basically how our relationship went.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily go up to Massachusetts often. I once in a blue moon, because I would have to take Ramon's that van.
And you take Ramon's and risk your life.
Basically,
right.
I felt like my life was about to be taken because they were not the safest drivers.
It was Ramon's. Anybody went to AUC, right? Or familiar with AUC? Let me tell you what Ramon's was, right? This would be the perfect description, especially if you're a New Yorker. You're gonna notice Ramon's was a dollar van that drove on the highway. Like
right.
It was a dollar van from New York to Massachusetts. So, but it cost more. It was like $15. 15.
Was it 15? Or
Like
maybe $20.
$20. But they drove like they were dollar van drivers.
Yo.
Like, you know, you felt like telling driver, pull over right here.
Yeah, like just
in the middle of the I-95. So that's Ramon's. Right?
Yeah, so I would not go up there often, but that's basically how our relationship was. So a lot of it was phone conversations, in between classes, in between my work schedule, and it was just really, it was challenging, as you can imagine, because because being long distance, getting to know someone, and then just trying to get to know someone from that with that much distance was super hard.
I mean, we started so we started long distance.
Yes, and so even after he graduated AUC, he went right into what is the place called, Andrews, and
Boring Springs.
Right, and so that was even more distance between us, and so it was hard as I don't know what. I was going to say something else, but we grown. It was hard as heck.
Yeah. I'm glad you used that word. So.
Yeah, I was going to. Oh, you're going to use another word?
No.
My Jesus.
I'm too holy for that. I don't speak in that tongue
anymore.
I don't speak in that tongue ever. Anymore ever. That's what I meant to say.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Never ever. Anymore ever.
Okay, so essentially when we I think in the very early stages of our relationship, when we first got together, when I said yes to him after that year, we experienced a very, we could not find time to talk. We couldn't find time to see each other. And it was very hard. So I think we broke up about how long? That was like our first breakup.
Yeah, so let's just keep it one. Let's just get into it, right? Like, let's not skirt around the issue. Let's put it like this.
Who's skirting? You skirting?
I feel like you skirting.
I'm not skirting.
I feel like you all over the field, home girl. I feel like you all here. That let's just.
So go ahead and click. Tell the people.
Let me get a DJ horn.
Oh my God. Okay, go for it.
All right. So basically, I asked Carlene, would you like to be my girlfriend, right? That's what we say. Like, I want you to be my girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
What's wrong with you?
It just sounds so corny to me right now, right?
Okay.
So, and that was at the spring banquet, senior year. No, junior year.
Okay.
Junior year. I am about, how old would you say we're about?
So we started when we were 21, 22.
21, 22. Now, mind you, Carlene was the girl that I wanted to be with, that I always want to be with.
Mercy.
But,
y'all, he's about to break.
He's
about to be truthful.
22, there's a lot of things that's happening inside of my mentals. And, guys, we start going through that whole, well, let me not say we. I started going through that whole, okay, is this what I really want? Is this what I don't want? What if there's something else? But I was just always back and forth, right?
Mercy,
constantly
Jesus.
Back and forth. and she's committed. But there were moments that made me go back and forth, right? Like we talk on the phone, right? And I'd be like, yo, I'm ready to go. I want to go chill. I want to go hang out. I want to go, my boys, my friends, my best friend goes to AUC with me, and I have other friends there. And I want to go because they're about to do something stupid, and I want to do something stupid with them, right? Like whether that's like relay races in the boys' dorm, just something stupid. And then like I think there will be times where you'll be like, no, don't go. Talk to me on the phone. I want to talk on the phone. I want to do this. And then there will be times where it's like, where were you and all this stuff. So as a guy, one of the things that I think I wrestled with was, yo, am I losing my freedom to be young and immature?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of forgot about that time, but you're right. I think for me, so if I'm going to commit to a relationship, right? I'm just one of those people that the reason why I'm so hesitant at first in my interactions with people, why my walls are usually super high, is because when I'm in, I'm in. You know what I mean? Like I'm in for the long haul. Like I'm not here to like do this back and forth, try to figure out whatever. Like I am all in. And so I love hard. When I love hard. And sometimes to my detriment in terms of in loving people so hard that I may miss out on those signs of that indecision, miss out signs of where I don't necessarily am aware of, or as I'm not paying attention to other things. Like I'm more like I'm zoned, like I'm focused. And for him, that caught him off guard because he's just like, wait, what?
Yeah. So,
like I'm your girlfriend,
right?
But I mean, my boyfriend, but
yes, get that right. I'm not a girlfriend.
I know. I corrected myself.
You did. I just wanted
oh my gosh.
I just wanted to reiterate that you got yourself right.
Okay.
There we go.
Just cuz?
Just cuz.
Oh my gosh. Jesus, help him, Lord. Please help him, God. Okay. So that was one of my, I felt like at the time, that was my downfall because I was all in.
Right.
And I may have come over to
She was coming in strong.
Okay. What does that mean?
I mean, like, I think, it was a lot for me so early, right? And I was in, but not all in, right? So it's like 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
But what's the craziest part? See, this is the part that I think irked the mess out of me because I'm just like, you are the one that pursued me. Like, I didn't go looking for you. Like, you found me and you kept saying, hey, here I am. So I'm thinking to myself, because you're pursuing me, the pursuit doesn't just end when I said, I'll be your girlfriend. Like, it should still continue. And he couldn't conceptualize that at all because he was still, I feel like he was still immature.
So these are the dilemmas of relationships, right? So like I feel like when people start a relationship, nobody says like, and let's just use us as an example. You don't say, all right, hey, I want to be serious with you, and then you don't go, well, I'm going to call you all the time, and I want to know where you are, and I want to know what you're doing, and all this other stuff. It's just like, hey, for me, it's like, hey, yeah, we together. All right, that's my girlfriend. We good. But I still want it. So sometimes as a guy, it's like I want to have the idea of the relationship, but I didn't want to put in the work.
Wow.
That's required.
Say that again. Please say that again.
Can I give myself some horns for that?
Say that again.
So
that's important because I feel like there are men, grown men. They may be watching this, but we all know a grown man that's still very much doing exactly what you did.
Right. So it's like, and that's early. So I'm 22. And the other thing too is that my other friends are not in serious relationships. So all of them are pretty much, young, carefree, and
Mhm.
doing whatever they want. So I'm kind of just like, I want to do what I was doing before, but I still want to have you as my girlfriend.
Mercy.
Because there's value that I saw in you. I was like, and then, all the work that I was going through, they heard the story last week, like showing up at your church or whatever. Like, I really, really liked you. But I just don't think I was at that, when I asked you to be my girlfriend, I wasn't mature enough to know what that meant.
Mercy.
Or what that looked like.
So here I am, the female on the other side, assuming that he knew, bless you, assuming that he knew exactly what being his girlfriend, being in a relationship looked like. Because I said, we did not fully commit until a year after, getting to know each other. So I thought that we were in the same, like we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
But he's over here talking about, no, I gotta go, and basically dodging my calls. I don't know if dodging is the right word, but there will be times where I'm calling his room and he's not there. Then I think he worked the front desk and he's not there or whatever. And I'm just like, yo, what's really good? At that point in time, I didn't feel like he was serious.
Yeah.
I feel like he was playing games and I wasn't here for it.
Well, I wasn't ready for the full court press, right? So I wasn't ready for, the constant calls and ready for, I guess, ready for what it takes to take the relationship to the next level, like to moving it so quickly.
But it's crazy, not cutting you. Yeah. I am cutting you, but not cutting you.
You are cutting me, but it's okay. I understand.
Just want to put something in right there. But what's crazy is you at that time, like, we were in a long distance relationship. Like, the only way that we communicated was on the phone. So basically the only thing that we have to keep us connected, you're kind of not consistent. And I was just like, nah.
Right. And I think also too, so it's interesting, right? Like how things change, because prior to us being boyfriend and girlfriend, I would stay on the phone long.
Yes, that's the thing.
Right?
Like, this dude, I'm telling you, our average time for talking on the phone with the unofficial title was for about an hour. That was like minimum.
Yeah.
And so we go from that to, oh, I have to go, and I'm just like, you're not serious. You're playing games. I just saw Tiffany.
I gotta study.
I like what Arlene said. She said, many times as women, we have that emotional maturity and we do not understand how a man does not. Men and women, we are way different, especially in our thought process when it comes to matters of the heart. And you could not have said that any better. Like, it's very evident that I was somewhere else and he was somewhere else. And I tell you, this was probably like 2 months into being official.
Yeah. So Tiffany asked, so do you guys recommend asking what does being in a relationship mean or look like to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's called DTR, right? Define the relationship.
Absolutely.
And we're going to tell you, we got to a place where we had to define. Like, this story is probably going to take 2 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. So, yeah, so I'm playing, I'm still playing the field. So I'm in a relationship, but I'm living outside of a relationship, right? So I'm like hanging with my buddies, I'm chilling, we talking. People know I have a girlfriend. It's not like I'm walking around being like, yo, I don't have a girlfriend. They know that I'm with somebody because I wasn't dating anybody else at AUC, right? Right? Wasn't dating anybody else at AUC.
When?
At this point of the junior year, right? Senior year came, and that's when it got even more rocky. So, do you want to bring
hit the fan real quick? Yeah. But anyway.
So let me say this other part right now, and so, or should I save this for the Andrew story, the other dynamic that was like working against me at that time?
Save that.
So save that. So, at AUC, I'm still playing the field. But here's the thing, though, right? Like, I was, it was really dirty with what I would think I was doing, because I'd come home and it would be great between Carlene and I. This is what I would say. This is what it was. This is what it is. This is it. This is it. I wasn't mature enough to navigate a long distance relationship. I think I could navigate a relationship that was face to face, that was, we were in the same space, we were local. At least, she can see me, have eyes on me. She knows, like, I'm at this, I'm here, or I'm there. But was when I went back to AUC, I started becoming like
A different person.
a different person, a distant person, right?
He morphed into someone else.
Well, I mean, don't make it seem like I'm morphed into a monster.
I won't say you morphed into a monster. What I would say is you morphed into the guy that was no longer, seemed like he no longer had time for me. Yes, I completely understood that he's in school. I'm in school. I am working as well.
Yeah, I'm studying at an Ivy League school.
Okay.
Right? I'm studying at an Ivy League school with a rigorous program, right? And this rigorous program, why are you laughing? I'm at a
oh my God! So wait, I want to holler right now.
Because
I'm going to keep my head down.
Because people don't, it was just one of the best kept secrets. We're in Massachusetts where all the other Ivy League schools are. So thank you very much. So, it was difficult to manage and to handle both of, these very taxing and very important worlds. So that was my problem.
Do you guys remember when I said about 2 weeks ago that pastors, specifically Jamie, knows how to embellish stories? This is a prime example of this. Just wanted to put that in. Great. Right. So as I was saying, basically I understood that part, but at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who is not, what is the word? Available. You know what I mean? So it just made things a whole lot difficult.
Yeah. So you started wising up, right? You started distancing yourself.
Yeah. So for me, usually what I do when I'm like done, I distance myself. I'm like, I'm not as available. Like I'm not calling. If he calls, I'm like, yep, I'll look at the phone and I'll see it ring.
Yeah.
Look at the caller ID and I'll be like, yup, that's him calling. But I'm not picking up because I refuse at that point in time because, again, when I said I was ready ready to date, like I'm saying that I'm ready. That's why I was a lot more like, let me just make sure that this is it. And he couldn't understand that. So for me, at that point in time, I'm like ready to chuck the deuces because I'm not here to waste time. I don't have time to waste. So if you are about to waste my time, I'm sorry. On to the next one, please.
Dang, shoot.
But that was what exactly I was feeling. And of course, feeling hurt, right? Because I'm just like, yo, like, what happened? What's happening? And so we break up. That was our first breakup. I basically told him, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Wait, did I break up with you or did you break up with me?
I think it just became something where we just grew apart. I don't ever remember saying, I'm breaking up with you.
Not this time. You did all right. You did before, but not this time. I think this time maybe I brought it to you. Like I was just like, because I'm just like, at this point in time, you remember, I don't like assumptions. So if something is wrong, I'm going to be like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, 22, like your finger is moving quite.
I'm sorry. You know what it is? It's bringing it back. It's bringing it back. It's bringing it back. And I'm trying. I told y'all I was nervous about talking about this because I know that it's like reliving that experience. And it was really hard.
Yeah. So this is, so this is what happens, right? So we're going through this rocky phase. I'm not mature enough for this long distance relationship. And so I did the thing that most guys do. We have the phone call and then I start blaming myself, right? So I don't man up to it. So I start doing it's not you, it's me. Guys, I got a lot going on.
Listen to me. I am not a violent person, but if dude was in front of me, this was all happening over the phone, by the way, because of course, he's in Massachusetts, I'm in Brooklyn, New York. There's no way that we're gonna come together. So, but I was like, if he was in front of me, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and and it's the only way I know how to because also. and I'm not trying to make excuses for this, but I think I've have I've never grown up or have been taught like what a relationship looks like, right? Or what it takes from me, what it requires from me. And basically, at that age, 22-year-old Jamie is just trying to figure it out, but also doesn't really care. It's almost like, yo, we could break up, we good. Now, one thing about my personality is kind of interesting, is that I can just like cut things off real quickly.
Yes.
Easily. Like I can walk away
it's
from.
so scary.
Yeah, I can walk away from anything except my family. Like like this. Like if you tell me it's gone, all right, boom, let's move on. I don't care. And I think like Carlene and I, we weren't at that place where it was like I was so committed and sold out in it that if we broke up, I'd be like, all right, live my life. I can move on with it. But nevertheless, though, even still, whenever we broke up, something kept pulling me back to you. And I know that one of the reasons what kept pulling me back to you was our story about how we met. Because always in my mind, it was always told to me, it was always like confirmed that the way we met wasn't by like chance. And I always knew like we were there, God put us together for a reason. But even if God put us together for a reason, I was still wiggity, 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 whack, right? Like, I was just like, didn't know what I do because I'm still, let me tell y'all something. 22 is very young for a guy, mentally.
It really is.
Like they say, like, I mean, I don't know how true it is. I think not for all guys, but in certain circumstances.
Most of them. Don't lie.
Like our frontal lobe, they say the frontal lobe where we make our
Decisions
doesn't develop until we're about 30. It's like that's when we like, oh, okay, wait a minute, I'm 30. I need to do something with my life. Mm-hmm. And I think for women, it develops a lot more quicker.
Yes.
And you guys know what you want.
Correct.
I mean, we're at 25, 27, even in our 40s, still want to play video games and still want to, do other sorts of things like that. So 22, I'm still a kid. I am still like, I still want, I mean, even at this age, I still want Jordans and all that other stuff. But I think certain men sometimes are forced to grow up and they know how to make life decisions and what to do. But I'm just like, I don't know if I want this. I'm still young. There's other women and all this other stuff. So we split up senior year.
Yep.
Another young lady swooped in.
Yep.
That got my attention. Was not a good match for me. Was not a good match for her. And that was like a little weird, crazy time too, right?
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me get a little closer.
Oh, snap. Do I need to go get one of them plexiglasses, coronavirus?
You may need to, because there's going to be spit all over this camera. Mm-hmm. I'm just kidding. Kidding. But on the real, that was difficult because I was like, we just broke up all of 2 seconds. You are what? In a relationship? What are you doing? What's happening? Did you really like me? Was I really something? Was I worth anything for you? Or to you? Because usually if you're jumping into another relationship that quickly, that means that you and I were not serious. Like there was like you were playing games essentially. And I was just like, yo, dude, you go your way. I'm clearly walking away the other. I'm down the, like, I'm all the way over there. Like, keep doing if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want, have it all, because I'm not here for it. And so, of course, I completely cut everything off. Like, I was just like, I'm done. No communication whatsoever. And I think he ended up calling me. Right?
Yeah, because that relationship that I swooped into that caught my attention, it did not work. It was all bad. And I ended up getting the worst end of it, right? Like, it just didn't work out. So, I'm like a little puppy. I'm all in my feelings. And here it goes, right? We break up. I try something else. It doesn't work out. And then it's like God is telling me that's the one. So run back to Carlene. So I come back crying. Not crying. I ain't cried because.
And even if you did, you would have cried. It's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry, but I don't. It's not okay for me to cry.
What? Since when?
Since
When you were 22, you're saying?
yeah, when I was 22. Yeah, when I was 22.
Okay.
Yeah, this age is
Let's
okay
stick
to
with
cry,
that
all
story.
right? Yeah,
Okay.
so I came back, called, and we started talking again. We didn't start dating again. We started talking again, and you know, I don't know what I said. I don't know if I was like, I can't live without you, and I need
Tiffany,
you.
I'm sorry. Poor Carla, she was dealing with the Jamie that she used to say chaps means can't half forward polo sudden Jamaican. And Tiffany's like, oh snap, drop her name. We finna virtually jump her. Yo.
No.
Grease the face with the Vaseline.
No.
Tie your hair up, tie your head up, and we ready.
No. We will not do that. We do not want to incite any violence.
But yeah, so we started talking.
I come home for summer. We start talking. We're hanging out. As we stated, I'm not built for long distance. I'm built for here, and we were having a good time that summer, right?
Correct. So for me, where I was, I really liked him, and I know that I may be the only female that at that point in time, I'm gonna be honest, I felt like my emotions were like, I really like him, but I definitely see that he is not ready for a relationship, a relationship period, but a long distance relationship. I said that to myself. I even talked to my friend and was like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. But I really liked him. And of course, like I felt like a dummy, like stupid, because it's almost like this dude has the potential to do the same thing again. And, but I guess I was just so gullible in a sense where I was just like, my feelings at that point was dictating, letting him back in. And so for me, I kind of hated the fact that I felt that way because I wanted to hate him. I wanted to chuck the deuces and be like, I'm done. And I was at a certain point, but he came back and we started talking. We started hanging out when he came down for summer break. And it was just like, maybe he has changed. But that was all of like 3 or 4 months. From the time that we broke up to the time when he came back for summer break, that was like 4 months. Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4 months. And so I think when he went back to school, he then asked me to be his girlfriend again. And I said yes. And in hopes that he will be better. He learned his lesson and we're good to go.
Then it
Not
was
so much.
Psych. Got to Andrews and graduated. She came to my graduation from AUC, and I'm up at Andrews. And I'd say like the first few months was good, right?
It was good for the most part.
Yeah.
I think we even went shopping for his apartment at Andrews.
Yeah, that's when we got
That's
hit.
when the blackout.
Got hit with the blackout. Y'all remember the blackout in New York City? We were in, so Carlene lives near the Bed Bath and Beyond by Gateway Center. We took our bright selves and like, let's go to Manhattan to return this dish rack or whatever at Bed Bath and Beyond. Don't tell me why. Yeah, that's dope. What Sienna said, like that's real dope. So don't tell me why we said we want to go to Manhattan to return it, right? Now, nevertheless, I didn't even have to buy that stuff then. So we go to Manhattan to return it. We're eating in Vegetarian Paradise. Shout out to all the New Yorkers. You know about Vegetarian Paradise. We're in there. The lights cut out. Everything shuts down. And the lady still charged us for our food, right? So we get out, trains, everything is shut down. And me and Carlene had to walk from the village all the way back to East New York during the blackout. And so I'm telling that story because it was moments like that that we shared together that were like, yeah, this is something. This is it. And I'm sure in your brain as you're processing, you're like, yeah, he looks like he's changed, he's better, he's committed, he's all of this. Got to Andrews and your boy did it again, right?
He was even worse when he was at AUC. Dude was like, he had no time. There was no time for talking to him at all.
Yeah, I'm at my second Ivy League school.
Okay. At this point in time, he's just like, um, I feel like I'm not in a relationship anymore because when I call, he's not calling me back, or he's calling me back the next day. If I, if I'm like, yo, what's going on? Where were you? He'll kind of give me like this answer, like, I was doing whatever I wanted to do. I'm just like, whoa, okay. You mean to tell me like I'm over here in New York and you won't even tell me like where you've been, like why you have not responded to my messages, and why you have not called me. And dude is like basically letting me know. Essentially, I'm starting to say this feels familiar. I can tell that he is about to do exactly what he did before at AUC.
Yeah, and I think at Andrews, I was a little bit more low key about publicly saying that I was in a relationship, that I had a girlfriend in New York City, and that I was with someone. But it went back to the same thing too. We out there, there's guys. Now it's like it's a bigger playing field, right? So it's more guys, right, from all different Ivy League Adventist schools, right?
You don't stop lying.
I said, you notice I said Adventist school, Ivy League Adventist schools, right?
Okay.
So it was like a whole bunch of guys from all, and so we're all just, it's just like, having fun, got no time to call, just study fun, stupid stuff, and then like, anybody that went to Andrews when I was there, we were the seminarians. Ask Delroy's on here. We were the seminarians that were fun, right? We were the seminarians that were different. We were the seminarians that came out of the seminary and hung out with undergrad. So, you know, I'm like swagger 100,000 million,
Okay.
because I'm just like, yo, young ladies out there, they think we're funny, they think we're cool, and I'm just loving all of this brand new attention, right? Um, but I got now I think it's time to bring in the other dynamic
Okay.
that was always there, but was lurking in the back, that really made me not 100% commit, and would tell me like, that I think that there's other stuff out there.
Yeah. So before he says what he's about to say, brace yourselves. Um, this was probably when he went to Andrews. We were probably dating for a full 2 years. Was it, or three?
Maybe about 2 or 3 years. Yeah. 2 or 3.
Yes, we broke up that one time, and then, but we were like in year 3.
Right.
And so we were like, okay, all right. I felt like there was a momentum going, like, okay, we kind of are working through some things. And then no matter how much we work through some things, this issue that he's about to make mention kept coming up.
Yeah. So I did not have family support in regards to the relationship that I had with Carlene. And a big force that was in there was, my mother. And she meant well, good intentions, but she would always say like things like, you're not ready, or don't commit so soon, see what else is out there and do it. So I think like for me, if I had that validation from the most influential person in my life at that time to say, hey, this is a good thing, or hey, do what you're doing, but just make sure that you do this. So I don't think she's never encouraged me to like disrespect Carlene, but I think it was more so of the fact of, I think she saw the fact that I wasn't ready. And then there's another thing that we need to talk about, that perhaps maybe she wasn't ready, right? But not having that family support was difficult. It's hard because you want to please both women that you really like, right? And so most times guys are going to lean towards whatever their, father or their mother says. And then,
Sorry, Wendy, I'm
everything
gonna
else.
quit talking. I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Versus like with Carlene, I think your mom was always supportive.
Mhm.
Your mom was always, encouraging. Your brothers were always encouraging, and all of that. So that was another dynamic that was playing in the back of my mind. Like, you know what? maybe she right. Maybe, I need to chill. I don't need to be with nobody serious. I need to just focus on my rigorous program that I'm in, and live your life, do what you do. But here's the crazy part about that, right? And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you jump in. The crazy part is this: is that even though that was there, and this is how you knew I was flaky, I started talking to somebody else.
No, we don't need horns for that.
All right,
that is not horns. That is not horns.
I'm gonna get a triangle.
We don't even need. No, we don't need a sound. We need a moment of silence.
I don't like the awkward silence. It's scary.
You need to be awkward. We don't need any noise right now. We need a moment of silence. Yes, that's what we need right now.
Don't kill me. I'm even afraid to have this conversation because I want to make sure we good.
Listen, exactly, Gianna. No horns. We don't need horns right now. Boo! Right? Where is that noise? Boo!
Where my fellas at?
No fellas. No fellas are here. No fellas are here.
Fellas at?
Nope. They're not gonna stand up right now. They need to chill in the comment section.
Well, I think it's an hour, right?
No, it's not an hour yet. Look at all the comments. Yes. This is tea for sure. This is hot tea right here. This is some peppermint or this is not chamomile tea whatsoever. This is some peppermint or some green tea. You hear me?
Ray said, "Don't worry for your health, bro." Yeah, it just got a little hot up in here right now.
Oh, it got hot.
Yeah, it's got a little hot.
Oh my gosh. Somebody said, "Nah, son, you're on your own."
All right, I see who my dogs are.
They said I can't rock with you.
All right. I ain't mad at
Jeremiah's like, I'm quiet. Jesus, keep me near the cross.
I ain't mad at y'all.
Pastor Jay, God really had a calling on your life today.
All right, you gonna read everything? You gonna read all of them?
Absolutely. I need for you to feel it. Feel it all. Feel the emotions. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we said we were going to keep it real. We're going to keep it 100. Freddie's like, it's time to pray.
Bush just said, I'm praying for you.
Barry Thomas is like, you're on your own. Essentially, he is on his own with that one.
I'm on my own.
Was because you know what? Because
I played myself.
Big time. Right. The calling of my life. Listen. It was God. You hear me? It was nothing but God, because I had some moments, some dark moments, going through, the fact that he didn't have the support from his mom to date me. And I know it was because she wanted him to finish school so that he can prepare himself for the future
and provide
yeah. And do all that stuff, which makes sense, right? You want to make sure that you have set that foundation. Don't worry, y'all. I'm making it real pretty. I'm making it real pretty right now, but I'm about to bless you. So I just feel like I just felt at that time, feelings of inadequacy. Like, oh my gosh, like, remember, I'm not the one that pursued you. I took my time with this. Like, I didn't necessarily want this in the first place. So I'm supposed to just sit here and do what? Wait for you to get it together? Man, those are some moments. And it's a good thing that we were long distance, because as I said, if he was in New York, he would have got jumped. I would have got all my peoples from East New York in the hood and my brothers to jump this dude, because he was a beat down was definitely something that I felt like he needed. But he was all the way in Berean Springs. But
the Lord protected me. He sent me to Boring Springs.
Oh, okay. That's your thing.
Yeah, he covered me.
So with him not having that support from his mom, it was just like, okay, all right, yeah, I know that there are other people I've heard that they didn't have support from their parents, but this was something that they really wanted, so nothing held them back. And so I'm assuming or hoping, this is going to be one of those cases, and it was not. So we definitely broke up. Because we kept having these conversations like, like, are you in this for the long haul, or are you playing games? And he will always just say, I love you. I feel like you are the person for me. I feel like you're such a good person, right? He hit me with those lines like, I feel like you are, that you're the fact that you're such a good Christian, that you read the word, that you do all of those things. And I'm just like, if I'm all of those great things, why is it that I'm feeling like you don't want me?
Because there's something wrong with me. So like it always navigates back to there's something wrong with me, right? So it navigated back to um because like also too like like what I always go through with ministry, right? So I'm just like I can't do ministry, I can't do this. Usually if something, I'm like a methodical person, and I need A, B, C, D, E, F. If my or one, two, three, four, five. If my life goes one, four, three, two, and all over, I just like I stress out. I don't know what to do, and then I just start moving any and everything that's around me away from me. So I don't have good managing skills when something goes array in my life. So
Well, before, and you think now too as well?
I think now I'm better now.
Right. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
I think you're better now as well.
I think
That's why I was just.
yeah, I think I'm better now, but I think I'm still kind of like that too, where it's like if something just goes wrong, I just get like I get real flustered, frustrated, and but differently. I don't push everything away, but I'm ready to be like, I'm gonna move on, do something else. So the dynamic of me being in school and not being feeling like I'm not adequate enough for ministry trickles into I'm not adequate enough to be with you because I keep hurting you. I keep doing this. I keep doing the wrong thing.
And he kept singing that song, y'all. Like he kept playing. I mean, I was just like, "Yo, dude,
it's
I
not
understand."
you,
Right? That it's you. It's not
it's not
you.
you, it's me.
It's me. Like that song, he kept singing, and I was just like, "That doesn't make sense." As a female, that doesn't make sense to me. Then if it's you, then go away. I was gonna say something else. Don't keep it holy. Go away. Go that away. You know what I mean? Like don't
To to the left, everything you own in a box to the left. They want the soundtrack. I'm gonna do the soundtrack now.
So it was so difficult. It was so difficult that I just ended up. No, he broke up with me. He says, "This is not working out. Um, I don't want to keep hurting you. I feel like I keep hurting you over and over again, and I don't want to do that anymore. So the best thing for you, one of the things that he knows now, I hate when people make decisions for me. Oh my gosh, that gets under my skin because at that point you're telling me you don't trust me enough for me to be able to make a sensible decision for myself. So you're now telling me that you're making a decision for me. Heck no. Like, no. Like, don't make a decision for me. Make a decision for yourself. If you don't feel like I'm the girl for you right now, then by all means go that way. But don't tell me that you are trying to make that decision for me. So we break up, and I think, did I find out about the other girl? Did I find out about her after?
Yeah,
After you guys,
yeah,
whatever.
I kept that on the low.
He, I felt that cussing, Carlene. Trust me, it's right there on the tip. I was kidding.
Y'all watching? I feel it on my neck.
Oh my gosh! But after I guess he broke up with the girl, whatever, they were no longer together, and it lasted for all of, that's the thing about it. Like it lasted for all of 2 seconds, right? I don't think it was a real relationship of any sort.
Rebounding.
And so I'm over here chilling still. I mean, I'm still very active in my church. I'm still doing my thing at work, school. And so honestly, of course it hurt like I don't know what. There were some moments where I don't even think I cried. I think I was just really heartbroken.
I'm not gonna cry. No, no. What's that Mary J. Blige song? Because
I don't know.
you sure weren't singing "I'm going down" because you ain't around, babe. Nah,
No,
that
I
was not
wasn't
her
going.
song.
That was not
Her
my
song,
song.
she was doing "Set It Off" like she was ready to go get her
I was gonna be a
homegirls and roll up on me.
Set It Off, or what's that Tyler Perry movie where
Stella?
the
No, not
no,
Stella.
where she Diary of Mad Black
Diary of a
Woman.
Mad Black Sister. This ain't no what. She was a sister right there. And so
That was me.
yeah. So
That I mean, it was me, but it wasn't me, because I was just heartbroken,
yeah.
because I couldn't believe that this dude that I let into my life, let into my space, hurt me this way. And as I said, I think the hardest part was knowing that he moved on so quickly. It was just like, what? Say what?
Yeah.
There's a what? You said a what? You said there's a girl? Where? Who? You know?
The other girl.
And so that was very, very, very hard.
Yes, Sister Winston. Now is not the time. You're right.
Yes, it was hard. It was hard,
it was
y'all.
very difficult, but all the time I kept on, and I think this was I think that last one was like, and it's so messed up, right? And I'm so sorry. I'm gonna say this to you right now.
I don't want you to apologize, because you've already apologized.
I know, but I want to say it again that I'm so sorry that it took all of that. As we, talk about it, I'm just saying that it's unfortunate that it had to take me doing all of that to really come to my senses and realize that you are the one that God has placed in my life and called me. So now I've come to my senses, y'all. I'm like, nah, it's clicked. I'm 30 now, right? No? Yes.
You're about, yep,
I'm
you're
about to
30.
be 30.
No, 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 no. We didn't get married as yet. We got
Yeah,
married
because
at
we're married till
28.
28, right? But I'm getting older, right? So my frontal lobe is developing, and I'm like, okay, all right, wait a minute. Now I need to start making some real decisions. So the real decision was, regardless of who's supporting me, I need to make a decision for myself and stand on my own 2 feet.
But that, let's put a pin right there.
Right.
Yes, you
Right.
did get there.
I did get
And
there.
praise God, he did get there.
I got there.
But before he got there, he was still very much, what do we call that? They call, in the Bible,
a double-minded
a
man,
double-minded Gene.
unstable
A
in all his
double-minded
ways.
man is unstable in all his ways.
All right. Yeah, but don't keep embarrassing me.
I don't think I'm embarrassing you. I think I'm just telling the truth.
I'm just saying that so that I can talk. Yeah. Sorry.
Wow. Is that what we're doing right now?
Horns.
No horns. You get no horns. That horn is on time out right now.
All right. So this is what happened. Came to my senses. Came to, realize what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be with the thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. And I wanted to be with, obviously, with you. Oh, let's fix this again. Right. Sorry, we had our camera shut off. There we go. And came to my senses, and I think I came back home, and I was like, yo, I got to get this girl back. I got to be with her. She is the one for me. And yo, y'all, let me tell you, man, she made that thing a living hell, man.
As it should have been.
Man, I had to put in mad work. Let me tell you, man, how rough it was, right? Because my birthday's in the summer, July 14th. You remember? You remember my birthday gift?
Yep.
Yo, her birthday is July 2nd. I think I got you. I don't know what I got you. No, I tried to go all out.
He tried to go out because he was trying to win me back. Because before you go on, I was done. Like, done. Like.
And Carlene, and you were, and you would get, you had it going on. Like, she got her own car, so she ain't need to be driven around no more. She was like living her best life.
I'm telling you, I was working. I think I was a teacher. I became a teacher because I was no longer working in the Gap. I was fine. Right? I think I graduated. And then I also started working in my field in education. I was a pre-K teacher. I mean, like,
man,
things were going really
money,
well for me.
I'm broke seminarian.
Super independent. Like,
I'm calling. Can you pick me up, please? Right, like mad quiet. So,
I was good because at that point in time, let me just say this before you. At that point in time, I chose me. I chose to do what was best for me.
Mm-hmm.
And having him in my life, even as a, hey, let me just call you, let me just talk to you, was an absolute no. Because I, at that time, told myself, I'm not going to be hurt like this again.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going to happen to me again. Because I don't do that. Like, this is not working out for me. Because as I said, an emotional roller coaster. My heart is broken. And now I have to pick up the pieces because, I mean, the good thing is that I didn't even have to see him, right? Because he's all the way at Andrews, which was a blessing. Because, as I said, if I saw him, he would have been jumped, y'all. He would. No, I was kidding. Maybe. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
probably jumped.
I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I don't know.
She's from
But
East New York.
I really feel, what is that supposed to mean?
That's East New York. So you got to survive. You in East New York.
But I basically was just like, I'm good. I'm good by myself. Because it's either he is going to choose me, all of me, or not. It's either he's going to choose him wanting to play around and play games. It's either he's going to choose having his mother's approval, keeping it to himself. Like, if he doesn't have his mother's approval, that means that he's not going to want to be with me. And I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not playing that game. Like, it's either you choose all of me or you don't choose me at all. And so I decided to just live my best life. Like, as I said, I was really good, y'all. Like, I was good. And I was finally, I wouldn't say I was getting over him, but I definitely felt like I was in a safe place where I can accept the fact that if I were to see him, that I probably would curse. I probably would curse him out of my head, but I would smile and I'd be very cordial and be like, hey, how are you? I'm great, thank you. Good to see you. How's life? Is it really good? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you. Take care, have a great day, have a great life. That's how I was.
She was playing me too, right? Because she would tell me about how wonderful her life was going. She was in some wedding, and then she was telling me about some cat that she walked down the aisle with.
There was this dude that definitely.
So I saw a picture of the dude.
There was like a trap.
So let me tell you this.
Oh my gosh.
I saw a picture of the dude, and I was like,
No, you didn't have the right to do that or say that, because what you did, son, listen.
Yeah, but check this out. When I saw the picture of the dude, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get my A game back. That guy was looking whack, yo. Like, I was like, yeah.
He looked whack to him because he was jealous of the fact that, hey, I mean, name it, call it, say it for what it is.
I'll say it. He had a pastel blue vest. Like, who
Dude
is
was
that?
in a wedding. What are you talking about? That was the attire for the wedding.
I would have revolted against him.
Oh my gosh!
Not wearing your pastel
whatever.
Vest. I mean, he was stunting in it like he was nice. Anyhow,
such a hate. No. I need for you to. I would like for you to. I don't need for you to, but I would love for you to say or acknowledge the fact that you were hating on him because you were jealous of the fact that this dude had my attention. Call it.
Yeah, he had your attention, but what he had your attention.
No. Nope. You can't do that. You can't do that. Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Call it. We being real. Keep it 100.
I'm gonna keep it 100. That's right. He swept in. He had your attention, and he was making you smile. The way you were talking about him reminded me of how you spoke to me or how you would talk about me. So here's the other dynamic, right, with guys, with me, is that, and I'm going to use this as the best way possible. It's like when you have a toy, right? And you have that toy, and say for after a while you play with it a little bit, and then when you're finished with the toy, you leave it at the side. Your friends come over or your cousin comes over and starts playing with it, and you see the way they're playing with it, and you kind of like, yo, I want my toy back. Not saying that Carlene was my toy, but it was like that's what kind of happened. Some other guy came in and started valuing her. Mm-hmm. And by valuing her, he made her feel special.
Absolutely.
And she felt special.
Yep.
And I was like, he ain't gonna get you because I'm not gonna let you marry some guy who wears a pastel blue vest.
Oh my gosh.
Right? He's not gonna wear a pastel. Your
I
future
mean,
husband.
the fact that the point of the matter was I wouldn't have necessarily maybe you know what I was definitely interested. I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely interested at that point because I mean I'm free. Like I technically have the right to be interested in another dude and another dude that is giving me that attention. Um, so yeah, I think I was definitely okay with
Right.
that attention. But um, I have to say, and I didn't make mention of this, I definitely was praying. Um, as I said, I think God was the one that got me through that time. You know, praying and asking God, okay, I know that you didn't lead me astray, like from jump, like what's going on, like why are we experiencing this, like why is this happening? And from that time, from the time that we broke up, and I learned that he was in a relationship, to having him try to come back, you know, it was prayer. Like I was literally it was prayer and also a knowing. I had a knowing. And I don't want you guys to miss this part. I always had a knowing within myself how how our story began, that God was going to work it out. Um, and I can't really, I don't know how to explain it honestly, in words, because I felt as though I was ready to move on, and in my heart I moved on. But that I still felt as though our story had not ended. I still felt as though there was more to this. I don't know what that story would look like. I don't know if we'll be great friends, if we would be on family vacations with our spouses. I don't know what that looked like, but I just knew that our story had not ended. And also, I think within me, I felt I don't want to love anyone else. I don't want to be with anyone else. Well, I'm trying to figure out if I really said that.
You did say that. The
No, I
spirit
didn't.
led you to say that.
No,
You
I
don't want to be with
didn't.
nobody
No, I
else.
want to be honest. I want to be honest. That's why I'm like, wait, I don't think I said that. I think what it was that openness of, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I definitely would have, and I think I did at some point, you know, allow to talk to other guys, to open myself up to that. Um, but I just had a knowing or a sense of peace, through most of it, not all of it, because all of it, I wanted to punch him.
Yeah. Yeah. So, going back to where I left off, man, she made my life a living hell. Just try. Oh, yeah. Let me hit the horns.
Wait. Hit the horns for what?
Because I have a praying woman.
Oh.
And I have a woman that had a knowing. Oh, I'm going to put that in my bars at the end.
Okay, Jamie.
All right. So, boys
I'm
to
hot.
men, boys to men right here, right? Although we've come to the end of the road, still I
Although
can't.
we've come to the end.
You let me sing it. Because I have a better voice. So let me sing it.
You know what? How about I move all the way over here? So when God strikes you, I'm not going to be in the way.
All right. Come on back. I'll let you sing.
Are you sure?
I'll let you sing with me. Come. Right? So came to the end of the road, but I could not let go. Because I think I also, too, I was at the place where I was like, I don't want to be her friend, right? I can't see ourselves as friends because if we broke up, it would just have to be walk away. But I think I had that knowing as well. It took me a while to get that knowing, but I had that knowing. So, y'all, came back to New York. I'm on my A game.
Wait. Before you think, before you have your A game,
Yeah.
Timothy asks, why did you stray?
Why did I stray twice or both? I'm assuming she's saying both times. I mean, I strayed because I wasn't sure. I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in me. Like, I think that's also too. I wasn't confident in myself and that I can provide or be that person that Carlene needed me to be. And then also I was split, down the middle. It's like you have two important people in my life that I want to please both of them. I want to make both of them happy. I want to make sure that they're okay. But then I came to the place where I was like, at the end of the day, my family is going to be my family. Can't change that. And I can't keep denying what I want because there's always something in me that wants to be with Carlene. Like, even if I strayed, because I was looking for something that perhaps wasn't in Carlene, or perhaps looking for somebody who my family would approve or to say, this is it. But it was the same story over and over, same narrative. And
That's so
so,
true. You did
yeah,
say that because he was essentially after, I guess, after his mom was just saying, maybe there are other girls out there for you. I remember him saying, like, he kept looking for that other girl, like other person that would give him or would make him feel the way that he feels when he's with me. And for me, when I was like 25 or 26, I was just like, why do you need to do that? Why can't you just be here and accept this? Why can't you accept me? Essentially, that's what I'm asking. That's what I was asking him. Like, I'm sorry, I keep looking at this camera.
yeah,
Why can't you accept me to be all it is that you need? Why do you have to go looking elsewhere?
yeah.
And I think that that's a lesson for some of our viewers, like the people that are listening right now. Like, don't change who you are because a guy says, like Jamie, maybe there's someone else out there. Don't change who you are. You keep being true to who you are and not try to, maybe I should start dressing this way, or maybe I should start speaking this way, or doing these things, or going after this job, or whatever.
Yeah.
Keep being who God created you to be.
Yeah, and I think I also want to say, like, we're sharing our story, and our narrative doesn't have to be your narrative. And I also want to say this, like, if I'm counseling a couple and they're like 7 years dating and in a relationship, even though I want to tell them what we've been through, I would tell them that's not healthy. I would say it's not healthy emotionally. It's not even healthy physically to be going around and around in circles like that. Because when a guy, check this out, when a guy is going back and forth and wavering in some ways, and I'll speak for myself. I don't like speaking for other people. I think partly what I was indirectly saying to Carlene was that you're not enough, right?
Right.
You are not enough in order for me to make the sacrifice I need to make to be in this 100%. And so, how damaging that is, because I could be making her feel like she's insecure because she's gonna keep asking what's wrong with me.
Correct.
It's not gonna be what's wrong with me.
And he's the one that's straying.
That's straying. And I think I got to the place where I was like, there's nothing that she's lacking. There's nothing I can do, right? I can never find the perfect woman that's gonna please family and society. But what God has given me was placed me with somebody who has everything that I need in order for me to be a better person. And I realized that I'm good enough for her. She's more than good enough for me. And so that's when I came back home and I was on my A game. So I really want to tell this story, right? Like how hard you made it, right?
Before you say that, you gonna wait.
Yes, I am.
The same way that you you go you gonna wait.
You gonna wait.
And I think that I don't want you guys to miss this point. Don't miss it. For some of you that are dating and you feel inadequate, you feel as though you're not enough, or the guy in your life is making you feel like you have to almost jump through hurdles in order to be accepted by him or his family. You are enough.
Yeah.
Yes, there may be the things that you're working on as an individual, but you are enough. You don't need him,
right,
or his family to make you or to validate your worth. You are enough. And I wish, of course, I had to go through many hurdles to get to that point, to be able to understand and realize that I was enough. There was nothing wrong with me. And it almost made it feel as though Jamie is good enough, right? Jamie's good enough for whoever, but I'm not good enough. Yeah, that was a hard no for me. And so I just want to reiterate that point. If you feel like your boyfriend or even your girlfriend is basically like giving you the runaround, where it's just like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I love you, but I don't know when I don't know when I'm gonna be ready for us to take it to the next level. Nah. I know it's gonna be hard for you to walk away from that. And I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. But sometimes when you walk away from it, it definitely shows him your worth. It shows her your worth. Like, I'm worth more than sticking around and having me trying to prove myself to you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And so,
hence why.
right. And so, the same way that she made me work in the part one of our series, I was like, I got to put in that same work. Because even when I was putting in that work, coming back, I wanted to give up. But I was so committed in knowing that this is what God wanted for me and this is where I want to be, that I got my act together and I kept on doing what I need to do. And I would like do whatever. But so, y'all, let me tell you like what really hurt, right? So so what is it? Needs assessment, like my love language?
Yes, your love language.
So Carlene knows my love language, and my love language is gifts. Like I love gifts, right? So it's my birthday. I think you picked me up because you wanted to hang out, right? Like go somewhere to
Yep.
eat.
But at this time, my head was,
so
he's not for me. So like, I'm good.
So I'm like, okay, she's taking me out to eat. That means she's seeing something. It's gonna be, we're gonna get back together. It's gonna be easy peasy. We're gonna talk about this. And so it's my birthday. I'm dressed all fly. She picks me up in the car. She gives me my gift, and then she doesn't give it to me like happy birthday. She just like, you pulled it from like the side of where you were sitting. It was like happy birthday. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll take whatever I can get. A gift from her. This is a good sign.
Now, mind you, my gifts are usually super sentimental, right? Okay,
right, super sentimental. So I'm like, oh, it's in a bag. It's gonna be something nice. Yo, I promise you, I pulled out the gift. She bought me 2 books, right? They weren't even brand new books. They were like some used books from like half price books, all tattered and torn. I wish I remembered. Do you remember what the title was? Yo. Nope. So me, I gotta sit there and act like I gotta be like, because I don't want to mess this up. Like, oh, thank you. I always wanted to read this book. So I'm sitting in the car. I'm leaning back, and in my brain, I'm totally like, you know what? Do I even want to put in this work? But this is the thing, right? When a man wants a woman, he will put in. Yes, Strand. That's the bookstore I was trying to. It was 2. And Sienna, the book was so old, the pages turned yellow. It must have been like 25 cents for them books, right?
It was a gift. That's all. It was my gift. That was my gift. And I'm not denying it. That was my gift.
So I gotta still keep it 100, keep it cool, right? Not act like it's whack. So I don't even know what I did with them books. I think I tossed them to the side.
I don't know what you did with them, but at that point in time, I was so
hurt. So
Carlene, I can go from all in to ice cold.
Yo, super cold. Ice in her veins.
Yo, I have 2 extremes. You know what I mean? Like, it's either I'm in or I'm not in.
And in my head, I'm like, yo.
No gray areas for me.
I'm like, yo, why you so mean, man? Like, why you gotta be so mean? You couldn't spend $20 and buy me a brand new book.
Nope. Right? I didn't feel at that time that you deserved.
No, she bought two used books.
Absolutely. I didn't feel like he deserved anything new. He deserved all things old, including 2 books. I'm like, you need to read. Go ahead and read these books, and at least I gave you a gift.
So my feelings are hurt. I'm hurt, man. I'm real hurt, but I'm still fighting. And I still want her to be with me.
Yeah, he was fighting hard, y'all. Like, dude was like, the way that he was so available, I was just like, this is even after he left to go back to Andrews. He was like available, like calling me, texting me. Like, dude was, and at that point in time, I could feel that he wanted me back. And of course, I could have easily been like, okay, but I was like, nah, son, you about to work for this. So that dude, I mean, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I could have had a better approach, but that's how I felt like I had to go through it. And so
She wanted to make me feel the pain.
so I think I went to my brother's graduation at Oakwood, right? And dude called me and was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "I'm good." He's like, "Where?" He was like, "Are you in New York?" Nope. So he's like trying to find out where I was.
It wasn't that well. It was that trip, but I'll tell you the trip that really like had me like messed up.
Okay, go for it.
When you went to Florida. You remember when you went to Florida to visit?
Oh my God, sister and brother.
And then you were talking about we thinking about moving to Florida. I was like, oh snap.
Yep.
I was like, nah, can't have that happen. And she was like, I would call and you wouldn't pick up the phone.
Nope.
It'll be ringing out because usually I'm accustomed to when I call, she would pick up.
Right, because I was available. Like he calls, I'm like, because as I said, I'm not here for games. Like if I want to talk to you, if I want to pick up the phone, like if I see you're calling, I'm gonna pick up the phone and answer it. Like I'm not here for playing games and saying no. Let me let it ring a little bit more, or let it go to a missed call.
Man.
Because I want to prove that I'm not needy or I'm not that girl. It's either I'm in or I'm not. And so for me, I'm not here for playing games. I'm going to pick up the phone if I want to talk to you. If I don't want to talk to you, it's going to stay right there and it's going to stay on ring. And many missed calls. But at that point, as I said, I was cold, y'all. But my coldness was, I was protecting my heart. I was protecting me. Because he definitely wasn't trying to protect me. So I had to protect me. And so with that, he really tried his best to woo me. And I still very much was like, nope, nope, nope,
Yep.
nope, nope, nope.
I'm missing you. I was missing her. My heart was hurting, burning
like,
and yearning.
Let it hurt.
For a love. If I had wings, I'd fly away like a dove.
Okay.
Never come back. But I had to come back.
Okay.
For her. Yeah, so man, so that was like it was like moment after moment. And I really felt like, okay, you messed up, Jay. You really messed up because women like Carlene do not come into my life often. Like they are one in a million. And she had everything that the Lord wanted me or what I wanted. She was spiritual. She had her own car. She was independent, and she didn't need to depend on me. She didn't need. She was at that place where it was like she didn't even. She was good. She was. This is what was scary, right? She was beginning to see her life without me in it.
Now I was in beginning.
She had seen her life.
I saw my life without you in it.
Damn, that's hurting me right now that you're saying it.
But I'm sitting right here next to you.
True that. True that. Horns. Yeah.
But that's do do you think you were more, the allurement was more because I was cold towards you? Did you feel more of a pull? Because they say distance make the heart grow fonder, whatever. But do you feel as though because I wasn't like ready, like saying, "Yo, yes, I'm ready to come back to you," or whatever, or accept you back into my life? Do you think that me taking that stance, do you feel as though that is what made you want me even more?
I don't know if it was you taking that stance that made me want you more. I think what really did it was because I began to see my faults and I began to see what I was losing and what I was missing and how important you were and how you have always been there, right? And so I was thinking about my life and going forward. And maybe this may sound selfish, but I realized that you are the kind of woman that God would want next to me in ministry because of your fight, of your strength, and you brought a value to me or a part of me that I didn't have or that I don't have. Like I saw it as a puzzle that helped fit together, and I just couldn't imagine myself. I think it was Deidre who asked that question when, or it was Deidre or Regina. I know I'm using names, but these were her peeps, are her peeps, right? And came up to Andrews and asking the questions like, "Can you see yourself without Carlene?" And I think throughout the whole process, I couldn't see myself without you, but I was okay with you being around, but not with me. When the moments went on through the years, and as I got older and more mature and began to look at what was out there, I was like, "Yo, wake up and be smart." So I think maybe the fight that you put up in making me work made me value it more than rather it just being given to me. You know, it's like a child. If you keep giving a child what they want, they don't value it. They just take it for granted. So perhaps, yes, I was taking you for granted because you were so committed and so serious about this. And I always felt like in the back of my head, you were always going to be there. Yeah, I ain't got to worry. You always going to be there. Like, I'll mess up, call you, you'll come back. And I think like that moment when you began to start making it hard, it was like, yo, this great thing is walking out of my life, you know, walking away. So, and I think that's just for me. I don't want to say that's like the general around the board, but I know that when a guy puts in work for something, when a person puts in work for something, you value a degree that you worked at, that you put in hours and time and studying. You value rather than somebody who just gives you one, right? Just gives you a degree, like, oh, thanks, you know, because you think there's no value to it. So I think you beginning to realize your worth and beginning to realize your value, and then making me understand, not just see your value, but understand your value. And this is what you have to do in order to secure me, in order for me to walk with you, because I need to trust you. That's what it was, right? I need to trust that at the end of the day, you are going to stick around. And when times get rough, you don't go into that whole "it's you, it's me, not you" type of thing. And so you made me work. You made me put in that work. And because I saw your value, I was willing to put in that work. I saw what this is worth, right?
Mercy.
And I think you know, I would love to hear the flip side, because I'm sure there's some brothers out there who are going through the same thing with some women.
Yeah.
You know, but I know for me, and I'm always want to talk for myself and not for other guys, because it's not across the board like how all of us think. But for me, I needed to be able to work. Adam had to work before he got Eve, right? They always say that.
Sure did.
You know, like, so I think that, and then I also had to prove to you that I can give you that trust that was always there, but I can give it to you, and that I can be there for you, and that you there for me as well.
That's deep. Like, there are so many things that you just shared that's important. The part that as women, not readily willing to give it up, especially having known or seen after knowing the track record of your significant other. And I even think as men as well, because there are some men who are experiencing the very same thing that I experienced. But I do think it's important that is that value part, is that value piece. Because once you have that value, then you're able to say, oh, snap, she has value. She knows that she has, not only does she have value, she knows it, what her value is. And so I have no other choice than to value her.
Yeah.
And I don't want you guys to miss that as well.
Yeah. So Marvin said, was that mindset molded? No, it wasn't molded for me. And it was something that I had to grow into. And so that I had to develop. I think like if I had a male figure in my life to kind of instill that part in me, right? To say like, hey, Jamie, either walk away from her or stay with her. Do not play with her like that. So what I'm trying to do is like, I'm pulling little pieces from everywhere of what healthy relationships look like. And so even now in a marriage, you know, I've never had it modeled of what a healthy marriage looks like, right? And so I'm still figuring it out. I'm still learning as we go and picking up pieces. So, you know, I wish I had like, and this is no like saying that my father isn't in my life. He's very involved and very present. But just having that model of how to value a woman, right? Like how to treat a young lady. And I think even for like in women's case, like how does a woman value herself? How does a woman treat herself? How does a woman
Yes.
not lower her standard because she feels like she has to have this individual in her life to make her feel validated or to make her feel loved, because a father wasn't there, or, always accustomed to people walking out. So she's willing to hold on to anything that even looks like it's a guy. And, like, women say, I date Jesus. No, you don't. You don't date Jesus. You can't date Jesus. You don't,
How
you
does
don't,
that work?
you don't hug and kiss Jesus. So yeah, Jesus is not your boyfriend. He's your savior, right? So even those sorts of things, right? So, and I think that's why we had this conversation, because hopefully something that Carlene said, hopefully something that I said would help trigger something within you in your own relationship to say, I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is DTR, define the relationship.
Yes.
If you are not serious about the person and you can't see yourself without the person, walk away from each other. You end up doing more damage than more healing if you can't make up your mind to stay with it and to stick with it, and to know that neither one of you are perfect. You both have faults and issues, and you come with baggage, right? But you have to commit to say that we're going to work with whatever it is, and you have to say, I'm willing to work with that. If it's the kind of baggage that you can't work with, be like,
Chuck the deuces.
chuck the deuces, right? So yeah, so that was like, I think, I don't know, I'm
That
rambling.
was no, but you made some really good points about men and women. How that piece, I think it's a piece of, those guys that, what they call it, gaslight, like almost like they say they're committed, but they're not committed. And then as a female, you left to think, are we in a relationship? Are we not in a relationship? We kind of do relationship things, right? But we don't have a title, or it seems as though his attention is elsewhere.
Yeah.
Trust those signs. For me, I saw those signs. I saw that he was he was all over the place, and I didn't take those signs lightly. I was just like, he needs time to mature and get it together, because I don't think it's fair to me to be in a marriage, and to commit to someone who was unstable in terms of his thinking, his commitment level. I think, of course, not being able to see that modeled is serious.
Yeah. And
Because you depend on, you kind of reach for other things or other people's relationships, and sometimes those are not real, right? A lot of times, some of the marriages that I know that we have seen, when and growing up, have always been either they have this pretend thing, this facade going on, and we really have not had a full or real idea of what a working marriage looks like.
Yeah.
And I think that's key. That's really important, because oftentimes you model your relationship behaviors. You model it based on those situations or those things that you've seen in the past, and so it's just really important to,
especially for our community, right? The Black
sure.
community, and we're starting to see now longer relationships, marriages staying together in Black love. Or the other thing too is that the picture, because America does such a terrible job at defining Black love, is we're constantly in the news for, single parent or one parent, or, broken up, divorce, and all that other stuff. And, we have to do it for our children. We have to do it for our neighbors, and we have to make sure that we're in this together and the fight for it. So, me coming to my senses, me realizing, me growing up, I grew up, I matured. And that's when I was ready to say, okay, time to make some important decisions, and it's time to value what I have. It's like, and I think what Edna said is so true. It's like that story about these boys that were looking for marbles to play with. I always remember the story. They were looking for marbles to play with. They went into their mother's jewel box and they found some diamonds. They thought they were marbles, and they were playing marbles with the diamonds. They were throwing them on the floor, and just doing whatever it is. And that story always sticks to me because whenever you put diamonds in a boy's hand, he doesn't know the value of it. And so a lot of us, we haven't matured and we don't realize we have diamonds. And then also too, these are God's daughters, right? And they're his creation. So we don't want to toy and play around with their emotions and do things to them that will damage them for the next guy that or the guy who God has for them. So if you're not serious about her, if you're not serious about walking down the path of marriage, then fix that thing sooner than later. Don't keep toying it around hoping that something will fix it. Fix yourself, fix each other, and go ahead and do the thing. Do the
And
doggone
what's
thing.
crazy is that you were 20 something. They're men right now in their 30s and their 40s
Yeah.
that are as immature as you just talked about. And Husa,
Yeah.
it's nothing but prayers for
Yeah.
sure.
And for us guys, like even when you get married, even in marriage, right? Like I'm still figuring this out. I'm still learning what it is to be a husband. Now I'm a father of not just one girl, two girls, right? And so what does it mean to be a father? What does it mean to love my wife? And still, and still not that I want to walk out or be uncommitted, but it's always a learning process. It's always like you're always developing, or I should say this, you should always want to develop. You should always want to grow. You should always want to get better at what you're doing, not get lazy, not think because, oh, she's my wife, I gave her kids, we have children together, just chilling for
I gave her kids. Even that.
Right.
I gave her kids. Like, what are you,
You're the kid giver.
The kid giver? Like, what is that?
Right. I put some babies up in that belly, right?
Like, ill. Like,
Right.
I mean, not ill, but in that way, but
The
yuck.
language. Right.
Yeah, yuck to the language that's another show. Because I can't even go into that.
Because getting old is mandatory, but growing up is an option. Horns. All right, so what did we do? We held y'all for an hour and a half.
Oh
y'all.
my gosh!
Y'all stuck
but
with
we
us.
knew that this was going to be.
Yeah, and we think we still got more, right? There's still a little bit more.
I think we're done. We're done. I think we're done. We're done,
right.
guys. We're done. I think the gist of what it is that we wanted to express or to put out there was we shared that really nice, beautiful beginning story of how we got together, how we met, but that in between from how we met to the aisle to the aisle to the what is the thing called to the
altar.
There we go. To the altar, that there were issues and that there was nothing perfect about that. I mean, now you guys know specifically what happened, and I'm sure you'll have your individual conversations, your small conversations with whomever about what we just expressed. And we just hope that in your expression of it, as you express it or talk about it, maybe you will, maybe you won't, but we're hoping that as you're talking about it, that you're talking about the fact that no relationship is perfect. There is no quick fix to any relationship. If there is, I want you to show me yours, right? And I want you to basically, show me, show me who has a perfect relationship. And knowing that even though you may go through those times where where I know I felt like I'm not doing this, I'm not going to be with him, I'm going to try to, I don't want him anymore. Real talk. There was still, again, that knowing of what I prayed for. And yes, even in marriage.
No, I was gonna hold that thought. I think also insert in there that there was always an element of some sort of prayer in our relationships, breakup and coming back together and getting back, that we always kept prayer with each other. And prayer is very intimate, and so we always shared that.
That's true.
Yeah, we always had that in there.
Right. Even when we were friends, that we were always praying together. Mm-hmm. And I truly appreciated that consistency. I mean, we definitely have to come back and share with you. I think the next piece that we'll probably share with you, maybe next week, maybe not. The next piece would be when you are in a relationship, sometimes let me not say you, let me own my statement.
Own your statement, girl.
When I was in a relationship with Jamie, there were times where, towards the ending part, from like when we got back together to the altar, where I felt, because of his role, because of him being a pastor, what it did to me in terms of my identity, how I saw myself, and yeah, that part. Ooh,
Yeah, that's gonna be a good episode.
that's going to be a good episode just to talk about. Sometimes when you are in a relationship with someone, you don't have to become that person. You don't have to take on that person. You can be yourself.
Yeah.
You can.
You is you.
Right. That was not grammatically correct, but you understand what he's saying. It's super important for you to remain true to who you are, because sometimes society and the role of being a girlfriend and then a fiance and then a wife, that sometimes alters and changes your identity, how you see yourself, how other people view you, how he sees me. And that's just another conversation that's going to be informative. Well, I hope it's going to be informative. It's scary, y'all. It's real scary out here in these streets as we talking about our lives, but it's good, because I really hope that at the end of the day that you guys really would take some of the things that we've said and do better.
Yeah, do better than we did. Do better than me. I'm not your example. I am your friend.
What?
Till the end.
What?
I'm just saying, I'm not the example to be. I'm just
right.
I
understand that. Whose friend?
The people, the friends of the people. That's who I am. I'm not your friend.
Oh,
I'm your friend too. You're my best friend.
I am. Mm-hmm. I thought you had a best friend already.
No, you're my best friend.
Oh my gosh, it's time to go.
All right, my people. So, it's been 100. It's been wonderful. I'm not going to freestyle today.
You're not?
You want me to?
You just said that you were going to freestyle like moments ago.
All right, since you asked, okay, since the people are begging for it, what do you want me to freestyle about?
No one is begging, but just don't do Dr. Seuss.
Don't do Dr. Seuss? What do you want me to freestyle about?
I don't know.
Streets, what y'all want me to freestyle about? Oh yeah, the relationship is real talk at its finest. What y'all want me to talk about? Theo got dumped.
Right. Theo didn't get dumped.
He didn't get dumped.
He was just talking to Theo.
He got bumped.
I ain't dumped.
All right. I'm just gonna freestyle. No,
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. What is this?
This is my new flow. Ooh.
I cannot.
Gotta do it. Ain't no time to mess it up or to screw it up. I gotta stay puffed up. But then God humbled me. I stumbled, B, because I was not living on the humble, G. Made me mumble when I was trying to get with this pretty young thing right here. I was playing myself. I thought I had no fear. But then it went there. Where? Right there. I got a quick scare. She was walking around. Couldn't find her nowhere. I had fear. Looked up and down. Walked up the stairs. Then I saw her there. I had to glare. Understanding, my mind was blowing. Me, mental Jamie, I was not growing, but I was showing that I'm not knowing how to go about this. So seeds I'm sowing seeds of insecure and doubt. Realize I'm going down the wrong road, gotta take a new route. Headed down south, now I gotta go north. I feel what I'm going through, yeah, that's the sort. Got it in my heart from the start. Don't want to play, stink it up like a fart. So I had to get back and show her what I meant. Put my heart on the table and say, it's for you, babe. Can you just take it, not stab it? But I want you to have it. and I want you to protect it. I want you to never neglect it, and so or ever disrespect it. Now I'm living my life. It's the best of my years. We got 12 of those things right there. Got married in 2008, and I can say to myself, it has been great. Never been late, and I always show my face. Give her everything I want. I even take out the plate, put the food up on it, and give her to eat. Make it feel nice, even sweet. When I finish giving her what she needs, I go down and I rub them beautiful feet. Make my queen know she don't gotta walk around. Everybody knows she the talk of the town. Yo, I'm buzzing, I'm fuzzing, I'm growing, and I'm loving. Everything I got is hot like an oven. So what we gonna do, baby? We got a piece, cause I'm here with my girl. Her name is Carlene. Oh! I told y'all, I saved my best for the last, yo.
I think you feeling yourself. That's one. Second thing, I feel like you're getting better and better. Like I feel like every oh my gosh. I feel like every episode you're getting better and better. What is that?
That's the
That is not the nope, that's not it either. But nope, that's not it either. But what is that?
That's I'm dancing, yo. Y'all don't know. Not only can I rap, not only can I sing, not only have I been to Ivy League schools, I'm just amazing. And I'm being very humble right now. But yo, this is Jamie, Carlene and Jamie. Then we got to the twisted.
That was not the Millie Rock.
That was
the what is that? Oh my gosh, don't hurt yourself. Oh my gosh, I snorted.
You sure did snort.
Because I'm not sure what it is that you're doing. It looks like you're having a very hard time. It looks like you're having a hard time.
I'm having an easy time.
No, that's not the. I'm telling you, y'all, you can't dance, but it's okay. You can't sing either, but it's okay. That's who the Lord, who the Lord created for me.
Yep. Haters always gonna hate. But it's
Who's
all
a
right.
hater? I'm not hated.
Yo, anytime you say
I'm just stating.
Nah. No, don't hate, congratulate.
Okay, I'm not gonna congratulate you. Well, I did. I said that actually. That I think that was your best one yet.
That was the best one yet?
Yeah, I think that was the best one yet.
All right, I'll take that. I'll rock with it.
Excuse me?
I'll accept that.
You're not gonna say thank you?
I accept that means thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, look at it. Oh, look at
it. All right. Time to go. Peace out, y'all. Here we go. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
All
Take
right.
care.
Tell your friends. Share. Oh, yeah. It's not going to cost you nothing to share this.
Right.
Peace.
Share it. Bye, guys.